I have been consistently making thousands to tens of thousands of dollars per day over the past few weeks trading NFTs because volume is finally back. The narratives are going extremely strong. And the good news is it is not done. There are plenty of more opportunities that are going to play out in the near future. So in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly what I've been doing, what my logic is behind these trades, and what plays I'm looking to next and how I plan to play them. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Crypto Gorilla video, the #1 NFT YouTube channel in the entire world. If you're into NFTs and you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're doing. So hit the subscribe button. Let's get to 100K before the end of the cycle. As usual, I am not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. It is just my own personal experience trading monkey pictures for thousands of dollars that are risky and will go to zero. So always do your own research before buying and selling. Hit the subscribe button and let's jump right into it. So you probably guessed it. We are talking about TokenWorks and the NFTStrategy coins because that narrative continues to go extremely strong. And yes, I've been preaching about it for the past 2 to 3 weeks in my videos across the timeline. To me, this was just free money. Now, of this latest batch, we had the squiggles strategy, which did really well, but there wasn't that much money to be made. The one that was a really good play was the toads strategy, where I wish I made more here. I made $3,500 and I have 11 ETH of trading volume. So that's like $50,000 of trading volume for OpenSea because I'm farming the rewards program as well as the airdrop. However, due to a bug in the squiggles strategy coin, they paused it for like over a week while they did audits. It was really long waiting for it. Like it was super boring. However, we finally got a token to launch yesterday, which was Goblin strategy for Goblintown. This one was weird because to me, it was the freest play. Like I was buying more, even the morning of, I bought 10 more, but people were getting cold feet and they started accepting bids right before it launched, which I don't know why you would sell before a major sweeping event. Maybe they were just scared of bugs. I will give it to them. There was a whale that came in and just one clipped out of Punk Strategy, which is the parent coin to all of this stuff. And you can see here, he literally sold $2.8 million in a single clip. And it went from 265 million market cap all the way down to 70 million. But this is the 1 minute chart. Look how fast it got eaten up all the way back to 230 mil within like 10 minutes. It was right back. So this was a free opportunity. I completely missed it. I wasn't watching this. I was watching goblins. And for the team, this doesn't matter. They make fees whether you buy or sell. In this transaction where he made 2.8 mil, they made $280,000 and then they probably made another like 200,000 back on the way up. So they made 500K and it allowed them to buy an additional 2 punks. So that's the beauty of these coins. No matter what, the team is winning. They are buying more punks. So it's helping the floor of the NFT and it's really pushing that whole flywheel. Now, thankfully, we did get an announcement that the Goblin strategy token was going live at 12 p.m. Eastern. Typically, it was 11 a.m. So keep that in mind for the future launches. It might be an hour later. The token went live. The floor wasn't moving that much. I noticed that fees were being accumulated by the contract. Within 2 minutes, they had 100 ETH. And then within a few more minutes after, like 5 minutes, they had 200 ETH ready to sweep the floor, but they weren't buying any NFTs. So I started to get worried here thinking, no, did they mess up? Is the money gone forever? Like, are people going to FUD and is the floor going to nuke? I had my holdings open, ready to accept bids, even though the bid floor there was no floor, like there were no bids. So it would have been a race to the bottom if there was a bug like that. But what ended up happening is they put a time-based buy fee. So it could only buy a certain amount every minute, right? And it goes up and up because if you remember the first ones for ape strategy and moonbirds and all that, somebody was exploiting it using massive amount of ETH to buy his own NFTs for inflated like 5x the floor prices, 10x the floor prices of stuff. So they didn't want that to happen. And this ended up being a really good thing because 200 ETH in a wallet ready to sweep a collection, that's a lot of money. And thankfully, I had done the math here. I did the math for 50 ETH, 100 ETH, and that is before the floor went up. When Goblintown started, it was already at 0.33. But somebody in the comments had asked me what happens for 300 ETH. I'm OCD with this stuff. I have to do it when somebody asks me a question. Like, I need to get the information. I did it for 250 ETH because 300 ETH, there is no floor. all the NFTs were gone, and it takes you to stupid prices like 40 ETH, whatever. So, just 250 ETH without more listings gets you to 1.5 ETH. This would have full sent with 200, or was going to full send with 200 ETH. So I quickly went to delist as many as possible, as many that I could. And like I said, when I woke up, I had already sold 5. I went to buy 10 more because I knew this was going to be bullish. I had so much conviction in this working out. I went to buy 10 more. I wish I bought more, obviously, but the floor just full sent, and it went higher than I could have ever expected. I was hoping for 0.5 on the high end, but my target was 0.4. And as you can see, we went all the way to 0.65 at the top. So that's a 2x on the day. But if you were buying when I started getting and when I was tweeting about it, that is a 5x return. So amazing returns. And if we go look in my wallet, you could see I managed to catch the top sale of 0.65 because even though the floor was going lower, the sweeps were insane. So I caught it. I had one left. I just listed it because I saw the floor was dropping. I got out at 0.52. I was fully out, thankfully, because now, as you see, the floor is down to 0.2. Anybody fudding and saying like this is not good for NFTs, they are still way higher. They are 3x higher than where they started. So this is really good. If we look at things like cryptodes, same thing. They were, very low volume, trading for 0.4 or 0.5. They're still 2x the floor price of where they started. So this is good for NFTs as long as the community is good, right? At the end of the day, it's all dependent on the community. And now TokenWorks is the largest holder of this collection with 615 NFTs. So why was I so bullish? One, because the price was very cheap. I was doing the math on how many, toads they have, how many other NFTs they were accumulating, how many MeBits, like they have 60 something MeBits, and they ended up buying over 100 toads. It was clear they were going to have multiple hundreds of goblins. So that's why I did the math and I figured out, wait, if they have 400 goblins off the floor evaporates. So that's why I was so bullish. The Goblintown team was also directly supporting, saying, hey, we're going to use all the fees they give us because the project gets 1% of the fees to buy back their listings. And then we're going to burn those NFTs. So it makes the supply deflationary. You love seeing that support. It generates more fees and it just makes the flywheel go even faster. And I did really well on this one, making $18,000 in a single day. I traded 44 total. So I have almost 10 ETH of volume. That's like $45,000 of volume that goes towards my OpenSea airdrop and my reward farm and even my community. A lot of them were eating. Here we have Gradansky making close to $2,000 trading 3 NFTs. Really happy when I see my community win. We're in VC every day in my community, but for this, we were all trading together in VC. So really happy when I see them winning. So it's really great that I made money with Goblintown, but other than understanding my logic, that doesn't help you guys. But luckily, there are 4 more tokens dropping this week from Tuesday all the way to Friday. So what do I plan on doing with them? Well, I've already been positioning myself in these coins. I've been tweeting about it, making videos about it. Checks, I actually had 8, I believe, yesterday, but with the hype of Goblintown, people were FOMOing to position themselves in other collections. So you can see this candle right here on the chart. It just shot up all the way to 0.7 and a bunch of mine sold. So if we go look at my transactions for the day, here I have 6 that sold to some farmers like James. It's funny, I'm learning all the traders and farmers names. Like I love this. We have tools in Gorilla Labs where we're tracking all this stuff. I'm absolutely loving the NFT market right now. But you could see, some I sold pretty cheap, 0.476, but all the way to 0.7. So a lot of these I sold for less than the current floor, but you're never going to sell the top. Like I don't know where these prices are going to go. And I do plan now on repositioning myself into this collection on top of the 2 that I already hold. So for checks, I am currently up $6,000 or $5,800 at current prices, still holding 2, but I plan to get more because I think this is going to do really well unless there's more delays, because I know there was an issue with the token where people couldn't sell. Ideally, they fix that and there's no delays. They haven't tweeted about any delays. So if that's the case, if Checks is launching today, by the time you're watching this video, I think it's going to do really well. Now, if we look at listings, the floor has not been clogged yet. Even though there's 8% listed, if we just sweep with 35 ETH, which for goblins, there was over 200 ETH that was building up, 35 ETH takes us to 0.75, not too high, but people are going to front run it. I definitely think this breaks 0.8, maybe even 0.9. Not financial advice, okay? A lot can change between me filming this video and it going live. This is just my opinion and how I plan on playing it. I'm going to be live in my VC in Gorilla Labs, live trading this. But two things you want to watch here. One is the other checks collection, because there's 4,000 NFTs that are unrevealed. So let's say this floor goes way too high and this one, the unrevealed, which should be higher than the revealed, isn't keeping up, which it won't be able to keep up if there's a Goblintown style candle. You could just come in here, buy one of these, reveal it. The rarity is going to show really high, even though it's a fake rarity. It just hasn't updated the metadata yet. And then you can dump it into here for a higher price. So, and there's no fees on this collection, unlike Goblintown and Good Vibe Club. There's only the 1% platform fee, no enforced royalty, at least at the time of filming this. Now, the other thing you're going to want to watch is how much money is in that treasury wallet, because like we saw, that 200 ETH was building up and that was amazing to see, but you want to watch it on the way down. How did I know to get out of goblins and dump, even though I sold one at 0.65? How did I know to sell it at 0.52? I was watching the wallet. I was watching it go from 200 and something to 200, 180. It was going down fast, but when it was at 30 ETH left, and I knew it was like 1 minute until it was at 0, and then it was just, slowly, because the fees slow down, you got to get out. Everybody's going to undercut. So you want to be out before that happens. So have the website open or the Etherscan and just watch the fees in real time. Keep refreshing the page and see how much fees are left, how much buy pressure is there left in the floor. That's what you want to be watching. So checks, I think, is going to do really well. I hope, if they break an ETH, amazing. I don't think we get there, but I was wrong on goblins going to 0.65. I thought the top was 0.5. Maybe I'll be wrong here, but I like to be a bit more conservative. After that, we have one I am very excited for, which is Max Payne. I currently hold 6. I've been bullish on this one. I've been buying since 0.6. Like if I just held, I would have made way more money. I'm doing really well. I'm currently up $14,500 on this collection, which does include one that I was holding before this that I won like in a contest, but hey, I held it till this time. So you could remove, 1 ETH off of this. However, the floor is really thin, but the floor price is a lot more expensive. So even if they raise 200 ETH, which I think they will, it costs 1.5 ETH just to buy an NFT. So I think we have a good a chance to get to like 1.8, maybe 2 ETH. It's going to depend, one, on the listings. They have been going up. I imagine when I wake up tomorrow, they're going to be at 2x what they were the start of today, which was around 100 or like 2.1%. So they're going to be over 200 listings. I want xcopy to tweet about it just to get attention to the token, but at the same time, I don't, because he's going to wake up a lot of dormant like whales or holders who they have no idea they have Max Paynes in their wallets, right? So that's what I want to be careful of. But I'm very excited for Max Payne. Like I'm already in profit, so I'm lucky. I get it. It's a way more expensive coin. Goblins was the cheapest one and the best one, but maybe in the future there's going to be more cheap ones. But this, I think, is going to do really well, especially if Max Payne supporters come out. And then after that, we have Good Vibes Club. Now, Good Vibes Club is the only one that I'm actually considering buying the token. I think the team is going to support this project or this launch a lot. They have been engaging with everything. Like they seem to really like the idea, and the floor has been consistently going up. This is like one of the only collections this cycle that really shocked a lot of people, myself included, and performed really well, built a really solid community. I was going through all of the top holder wallets. Like I went through a lot. Literally none of them are listed, or if they have listings, it's very few, probably just to farm like OpenSea. Like if I go to TMA, okay, he has none listed, but I saw like 1 or 2, he was just farming OpenSea. These guys are all either not listing, like they are so bullish on this collection, or they are listing respectfully. They are listing laddered by 0.05. So it goes from 0.75 all the way to 5 ETH. Like they are not bricking floors. That's what I love to see. So great holders on this list. Give them whitelist to all your stuff. TMA has been a champion for this project. Really love seeing it. So I'm currently holding 8 right now, or 7 at the moment, and I'm currently up $3,500. I need more. I feel underexposed to this. I think it can break previous all-time highs with the team pushing, which was 1.03 ETH. I can't, guarantee that's going to happen. That's just what I'm hoping for. But, same thing here. If we just do a sweep 38 ETH, it takes us to 0.789. Yeah, I think there's a chance that we're definitely breaking 0.8. We break 0.9, great. Maybe we'll break 1 ETH. I think we could, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm going to readjust my listings based on volume. And then finally, to end out the week, the only one that I haven't bought yet on this list is going to be Milady. There was a lot of shenanigans that went on here because there was like a fake one that launched. Fake is a weird word. It wasn't by TokenWorks, which there's a lot of successful ones not by TokenWorks. We have some on Solana. We have one on Abstract, the pudgystr. We have the hypers on Hyperliquid. They're all doing really well. But there was a Milady's one that rugged or had an exploit, and it caused like a massive dip. Great buying opportunity all the way to 1.5. So this one I'm probably going to play the final day. And I think it could do really well because it's the final one of this batch. So it's not competing, right? For checks, people are still buying Max Payne and Good Vibes Club and Milady's. But for Milady's, it's the last one. All eyes on Milady. So that's how I've been playing this. And that's how I plan to play for this week. I know you could look like, oh, you only made 28% compared to meme coins where people are making 8,000%. But you have to remember, I am swing trading these. I am buying in and out. A perfect example is my moonbirds trade, right? I made $16,000 on moonbirds, but I traded 100 ETH worth, right? Almost $500,000 of trading volume to farm OpenSea. I don't have 500K like on the line at one time. It's buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. So I'm just swing trading these. So ignore the volume and it's the profits. I'm ending profitable and I'm going to get all these awesome rewards. And then after that, the team has said they are going to launch another batch of 5 before going to an auction model. So I made this tweet here saying, what 5 do you think it's going to be? Obviously, I want an engagement farm, but I want to see what people are saying in common that they think it's going to be. A lot of chimpers, a lot of Nakamigos, Doodles, Azuki, Wrecked Guy. So I want to see, hey, what are people interested in? Because I'm sure the team is also looking at this. They ask these questions as well just to get the general interest. I'm not sure if they're actually working with different projects to do this or if they're just launching them on their own. I believe it's just on their own. However, Azuki did start to get a nice pump here. And while some people are trying to tell me it's because they launched these avatars, personally, I don't think people are going to buy a $9,000 NFT to get access. Oh, it sold out. I missed it. But to get access to like a $7 figurine, even if these sell for, 100x the mint price for $700, like, it's a big risk buying an NFT. Not that I don't think you need an NFT to get these, but I don't think it's because they're doing avatars and because they have partnerships with whatever this Gintama anime is. It's because Zagabond tweeted he bought Punkster and then he said, we don't have an official Azuki strategy yet. And in the Discord, he said, this was 5 days ago on October 2nd, TokenWorks is doing an audit on their contracts, talking with them on including Azuki in the next cohort. So it seems there's a good chance that they're going to be one of the 5. And Azuki is a perfect name to fit, right? Amongst like Doodles. Doodles would fit great. I mean, I'd like to see Nakamigos, Chimpers, Wrecked Guy. There's a ton of different names that can fit on there. I also saw some mysterious wallet that was funded 13 days ago from Coinbase with 60 ETH went and swept 39 VFriends out of nowhere, taking the floor up 0.5 from 1.1 to 1.6. So I wrote here, like, is it, does he know something about a NFTStrategy coin? Probably not, right? I'm just speculating. But I was also really happy here. I got the follow and some comments from Gary Vaynerchuk himself. So it would make sense to me if VFriends was one of the collections that dropped. They've been doing a lot of art stuff. They had Squiggles, Checks, Max Payne. So this is in the art world. And it's also Gary, which, if he's tweeting about TokenWorks, that's huge for them. So after these 5, which we don't know what they are and we don't know what the timeline is, I don't know if they're launching next week or in a month from now, but I do think they want to keep the momentum up. So I imagine it's going to be sooner rather than later. After that, they're going to be doing an auction model. So it's going to be like Hyperliquid, where I don't know if it's the team or community who bids on a ticker. It's going to be like, let's say it's set at $1 million. Nobody wants it. It goes down 950K. Nobody wants it, goes down. Oh, somebody bids on that. They get to launch that day. And 80% of the money, let's say 900K, 80% of that goes to buying Punk Strategy. I would rather it go into the NFT floor, but it goes into Punk Strategy. And then 20% goes to the team. I really want to split, like do 50-50, 50 into Punk Strategy and 50 into the NFT floor. Because at that point, why not just sweep the floor? If they're going to put $1 million into getting a token to launch, just put $1 million into the floor. But anyways, they're doing an auction model. So we'll see if it slows it down, you know, if people are interested in that, how long it takes for one to launch. And at one point, this meta is really going to slow down. The positive of this is even if the tokens go to zero, they hold a ton of NFTs. They hold millions of dollars of NFTs in their treasury. At one point, if NFTs continue to go up, those NFTs are going to sell. They're going to ape that money into their token and it reignites everything. Flywheel keeps going. That's the beauty here. It depends on NFTs continuing to pump, not this whole meta continuing to move on. Now, Adam did go on a podcast to talk with Thread Guy, and he spoke about what he wants to do next. He said different chains. So he mentioned Solana. He shouted out this one. So from bands.fun, they did 4 coins on Solana. They have been going down though from the highs. The high of this one, the main one, their version of Punk Strategy, Mad Lads, I saw it go to like 12 mil. It's currently at 4 mil. Earlier today, it's every time I check it, it's been going down. But they have a Bodoggos one, they did a Claynosaurs, and they just launched a Solana monkey. So it seems like he wants to do Solana as well. It might vamp these. He also talked about doing a Hyperliquid one once the V4 contract is ready. As for Bitcoin, he said it doesn't make sense. The tech doesn't work. So it's going to be interesting last night, by the time you guys watch this, to see what happened with NodeStrategy, because they are going live here. They say within 5 to 12 hours, and it's been 3 hours already. So 2 hours after I filmed this, but they did start sweeping with the money they raised, and they got the NodeMonkey price all the way. I mean, now it's back down, but when I checked it before, it was like closer to 0.08. Now it's 0.07. When I spoke about it last week, it had done a dip, and I think it went down to 0.055. So some opportunities there. I didn't touch this, like ordinals. Let's not get into my relationship with ordinals, but I didn't touch it, but great to see it going up. I want all NFTs to go up. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at next. What are the next 5 coins after that? How is the auction stuff going to work? But you know, I'm in and out, right? Like you saw with all of these NFTs, I am in and out. I am not holding anything for long periods of time, unless there's another narrative like moonbirds. They have a token. So I'm still holding some moonbirds, even though I traded for the NFT strategy stuff. Now, outside of all that, it is also going to be airdrop season in Q4. We are getting a ton of, you know, perp decks. Literally every day a new perp deck approaches me, like it's the NFT meme, or like it's the memecoin launchpad wars, where every day a new launchpad was approaching me. Now it's these perp decks. So we're going to get some good airdrops from Hyperliquid, from Lighter, from EdgeX, from Apestr, and a bunch more. You know, there's the MetaMask and base airdrops, which I'm making videos on both of those. I don't think they're until 2026 though. So I think we have plenty of time, but we have chains that are launching. We have Monad with this loading that's getting closer and closer to 100. So it seems it's dropping within the next week or two. You know, I'm looking to trade NFTs. I'm looking at the whitelist collabs that we got in Gorilla Labs. I'm going to be trading some meme coins if there's some runners, but the one I'm very excited for is going to be MegaETH, because I put in money into getting a Fluffle. I put 1 ETH like 9 months ago, and ETH has 2x since then. So it better be good. I don't know if they're launching their token at the same time as mainnet. Hopefully not too far after, but here they put out some cryptic tweets. I saw this from Ultra, no date. It's just, you know, Mega and the chain ID stuff, whatever. But with this, we have Bad Buns back up over 2x from the lows. I'm holding 9. Hopefully they keep going higher. I know they have a token airdrop for some, I don't want to say the name of it on YouTube, but some coin. And then maybe they'll get a MegaETH airdrop, but I'm not holding out for that. Megalios hasn't really rallied. It had some mini pumps. Like I bought the bottom, the literal bottom. I'm holding 15 or 17 of these, but I want to see them run harder. And then, of course, all the whitelists. We have Mega Nachi, the most hyped one, free mint, low supply. They've been doing a ton of testnet stuff. We have Digit Rabbits, which I have their testnet NFTs. I also want some mainnet whitelist, please, but excited for this one. And then, of course, the Glitchy Bunnies. Jay has been building for a long time in public on the timeline. I love his art, and they just opened a Discord. So jump in there, farm some XP, and it'll get you whitelist if you have enough XP and if you're playing the games and all that stuff, you know, join the cult. So these are the things I am looking at. As for this week, one of the mints that unfortunately I didn't get whitelist for, I'm salty, is going to be Oh Baby Pass for Oh Baby Games, 1,000 NFTs for the community. Total supply is 1250, but 250 for the team. I don't like that some people have 5 whitelists. I get it. They grinded the game, but your supply is so small. I'm really hoping that there's some gamers in here that are just going to dump it for like 0.2 or 0.02 profit. I'm going to ape a lot of these. I think it's going to do really well. Excited for this one. GG if you have whitelist. I think, you're in the green. And this one is dropping 24 hours after you watch this video. After that, I did see that the Fwog artist is doing another PFP. He has his Genesis one on Solana, but it seems he's going to be dropping one on OpenSea, which is awesome. Best exchange in the market, also my sponsor. But I saw Braided is working with him to do whitelist collabs and stuff. So harass Braided if you want whitelist. Okay, I'll link his account down below. And then finally, the other one I'm looking at the end of the week, Thursday, October 9th, is going to be the final curated launch by Artblocks, working with larvalabs, the team behind CryptoPunks, the OGs. So this is really cool. Very small supply of 497 NFTs. 20 are going to the team. The rest are auctioned starting at 0.25. So I think it's going to go for a lot. Really small supply. It's the team behind CryptoPunks. It's the final curated drop for Artblocks. And the idea behind this is really cool. They made a computer program that generates code that generates the art for the NFTs. So going to be all unique pieces. Really looking forward to this one. It's not for everybody. Like, this is an art auction, very different audience, a lot of money involved in this world. Doesn't mean it's up only, right? We've seen a lot of drops be up for like a couple hours and then go under its mint price. There was a recent Snowfro one that did that. The recent Jack Butcher mint did that. So you got to be careful with this stuff, but I love the art world, so I will be playing this one. But with that, that is the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it and found it informative. Hopefully it'll help you guys understand the NFT market better and trading. If it does, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button while you're down there. It really helps my channel grow. I want to break 100K before the end of the cycle. Hit the notification bell too to notify you when I drop new videos. Thank you for watching another Crypto Gorilla video. Peace.